Hello everyone and welcome back to Rulebook Rundown. My name's Alan Paquette and today I'm going to be doing a quick unboxing of the all-in pledge of the new Explorers of Navoria. This just showed up this week and we're pretty excited to get it to the table. So let's see what's inside. I remember some videos from the Kickstarter way back, but haven't seen much beyond that. So we do have everything here that we'll go over, so here we go. Alright, what do we got? We've got a big bag of tokens. So these are the wooden tokens that are going to be used. We got character pieces, I suppose. I don't remember what these were our movers on the different tracks. So in the different areas we would use these to move. Kipo's gonna check them out. All right, so they have different artwork for the different colors. That's pretty cool. We also have our score markers, as well as these birds are the turn order things. That's pretty cute. Little flying birds as opposed to non-flying birds. Alright, we have our cool various types of awards here. These are for achieving the milestone type of objectives before everybody else. Those are pretty neat. So those are the different kind of factions, essentially, of the game for each player color. And then we have the main bulk of the game are these chunky wooden tokens showing which decks of cards you will be choosing. Kitty's got the zoomies. And then we've got all of the different unique player camps or tents or whatever they are called to place on the board for the different regions. Neat. I like that they're unique shapes for everybody. That's pretty cool. Alright, and then we have our deck of cards and our helper card with income and return there. So this, maybe the artwork on this is very neat, real pretty. I think all of the cards have unique art, which is cool. So just the denizens of the realm, food and weapons, Halloween time. Cool. Various buildings, and then everybody gets a helper card for what's going on. Set that off to the side. We have our rule book. Very colorful. This game is very colorful. A lot of good examples throughout here. So this seems like it'll be a pretty easy learn. Not too bad round summary on the back. That's always good. We've got our nice big cloth bag that we're going to be pulling those big tokens from, with all the tokens on the front. These are the individual player boards. Oh, that's interesting. They're like almost dual layered. That's strange. So it's a single layer, but it's slightly divoted in. Probably won't be able to see that. Maybe. So it seems like it will just barely kind of keep the token in place, or the tent thing for those, but it won't be as solid as standard dual layer boards. It's interesting. I wonder how much cheaper it is to do that rather than do a full dual layer board, but that was probably something. Alright, so we have our various scoring tiles. This is what the award things are for. We have our resources here. We also have a like deluxe resources, so we'll scope that out in a bit too. But that's all of those. And then we have our board. Not going to spend too much looking at the board because we have something a little bit better. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit here. So here's our super colorful board. Neat. So these are the different tracks that people will be going on, and then putting your tents up, and yeah, good stuff. Alright. Well, that's the base game. So we'll toss this stuff back in here quick. Nothing for the cards. Just throw them in here for the time being. I'll get a better solution for that afterwards. Alright. So there's the base game. Now, we'll move on to the expansion. So this expansion also adds a 5th player and lets you play solo. So the base game is 2 to 4 players. This makes it 1 to 5, which is pretty cool. So we have our 5th player colors here and all their tokens for the white player. And then we have solo tokens that'll be used for various solo play. We've got these like contract markers, so those will be used with some of the new stuff for the expansion. And then we have more so these are contract things, and then gray tokens for, I guess, another deck. Yeah, there's now gray cards here. So then it'll be another deck of cards that you can choose from to increase the variability and differences from game to game. So that's, yeah, it's going to be these gray ones here. So these, I think, have like one-time benefits, and then they count as a different color card, but they don't have a like a faction or a suit or type of person. And then these are going to be some solo cards, I believe. Or no, these are goal cards, additional goal cards that you can have for the game. These are the solo cards to kind of give you, I don't know if they're scenario based or if they're just like you randomly draw one and they'll give you some sort of benefit. Similar with these are also for the solo play. And then the 5th helper card. Cool. Let's get that in there. We've got our expansion rulebook. These are pretty thick paper pages. It's kind of like the linen paper. Yeah, so rules for that. We've got various chapters for solo play. We have an extra space for the board when you're using the expansion, which is pretty cool. And then a new compass for keeping track of the player order if you're doing 5 players. So those will just overlay on the board. We have another player board. And then we have more tokens. These are going to be adding variability for end of round scoring based on the tracks, I believe. And then contracts, this is what we'll use the contracts for. Everybody will get a different power for those. And then these are like unique starting powers, I believe, to give a little more of an asymmetrical start for everybody. And that's it for the expansion. So that's pretty easy. I think we'll probably just start playing the game with the expansion. Don't think it's too difficult. Alright, so now we'll move on to the deluxe tokens. I'm gonna bring this a little bit closer here. And are they the same thickness as... Yeah, they are. Oh man. So the thickness for normal wooden tokens in games is probably half the thickness of these. These are chunky. Oh man, yeah. That's pretty satisfying though, that they are just so thick. Alright, so we have our apples, we've got our crystals, and we've got our swords. Cool. So just deluxe resource components. That's it, yep. Nothing too crazy as far as that goes. Board game mints. Don't need them. And then lastly, we're going to have to go all the way out here for this, is the playmat. This was getting the playmat as neoprene, and the game board... okay. The game board goes to here, and basically to the bottom of the camera. Yeah, right there. So the game board goes to about here. Here is that overlay for the 5th player that is just printed on this mat instead of not being printed on the base game board. So this already has the 5th player thing on there, as well as the 5 players for the compass, because you put your pieces there to determine turn order. But the playmat has space for the various decks and each of their like active cards, like putting 3 cards out and having the deck, and that has the expansion deck at the bottom as well, and the various goals along the bottom too. So this adds stuff to it and makes it all, keeps it a little more even for everything, but it is quite large. I would not be able to play this game down here on this desk as a solo thing with this mat, which is kind of a bummer, but I don't think I'd be able to fit this game on the desk normally anyway, even with a smaller board. So that's just going to be a cool thing for when everybody is together. Oh yeah, and then the last thing, which I forgot to grab out, was card sleeves. So they had sleeves for each of these decks here, and then some clear sleeves for some other cards. Yeah, probably like any of the other bonus cards that aren't in the standard 6 sets. So that's it. That's everything out of the all-in pledge for Explorers of Navoria. Seems pretty neat. So yeah, probably won't have a video of the game itself, unfortunately, because I just don't have the space for it. But hope everybody likes it. If it looks pretty cool, check it out. It's just hitting backers now, and then that means it'll probably be retail somewhat soon. So thank you for watching. Until next time, keep on gaming.